Hello and welcome back. I hope all are you doing well and taking proper care of yourself. So dear students, in this video we are going to discuss the first topic of your second core subject, that is public policy. In this video we will discuss the theoretical dimensions of public policy, meaning of public policy, various definitions of public policy, and at last some implications of public policy. So let's begin with the introductory part of public policy. Public policy is a frequently used term in our daily lives. We often read in the newspaper about public health policy, education policy, environmental policy, agricultural policy, industrial policy, and so on. Public policies are primarily framed by the government to satisfy public needs and demands. They are the means by which ends of a collective community are served. Without policy, government and administration are rudderless. Successful policies make for successful government and administration, and hence there is a saying that when the policy fails, the government fails. Then understand the theoretical dimensions of the public policy. Public policy is a relatively new subfield in political science. Its development as an area of study emerged out of the recognition and traditional analysis of government decisions were incomplete descriptions of political activities. As the relationships between society and its various public institutions became more complex and more interdependent, the need developed for more comprehensive assessment of what government do, how and why they pursue some policy alternatives over others. Focus on the public policy process has developed with the emergence of modern society and industrialization. During the 19th century, representative governments began to evolve in some parts of the world. With the increased political participation by larger portions of the public, government decisions assumed greater importance and legitimacy. Clashing values with respect to social, economic, and political questions have profound implications for politics and government. With these changes, governments begin to focus on the problem of their citizens. Contemporary public policy and policy analysis has particularly an American and 20th century flavor. It was in America where initiative towards a more unified approach to the study of public problems and policy really began. The work by Harold Laswell, Psychopathology and Politics 1930, and the Analysis of Political Behavior 1948, which culminated in the publication of Laswell's essay titled The Policy Orientation. The Policy Sciences, co-edited with Daniel Lerner, is worth a mention. Harold Laswell is the man behind the initiation of the movement on public policy. In the late 1960s, as Edward Esquire notes, a number of converging factors such as war, poverty, crime, race, relations, and pollution could be credited for producing great interest in policy science. In recent times, the study of public policy has evolved into what is virtually a new branch of social sciences, the so-called policy sciences. So these are the theoretical dimensions of public policy. Then we understand what is public policy. Before coming to the term public policy, it would be fruitful to understand its two components, that is, public and policy. As we know, public administration emerged as an instrument of the state to serve public interest rather than private interest. In this sense, public consists of all the people in general having something in common rather than few individuals having their personal interest. In the political life, the government is the main vehicle to serve the needs and demands of the public. The term policy refers to overall programs of action towards a given goal. Robert Presthus defines policy as a choice made by an individual or group of individuals that explain, justifies, guides, or outlines a certain course of action. Thus, policy can be broadly defined as a proposed course of action of an individual, a group, an institution, or government to realize a specific objective or purpose within a given environment. As an approach to understanding political change, public policy has almost as many definitions as there are policy issues. Let us consider a few definitions to get a better understanding of the concept. Thomas R. Dye states that public policy is whatever government chooses to do or not to do. This definition includes all actions and inactions of government as public policy. Seeking to extend linkage, B. Guy Peters adds that public policy is the sum of government activities, whether acting directly or through agent, as it has an influence on the lives of citizens. James E. Anderson defines public policy as a purposive course of action followed by an actor or set of actors in dealing with a problem or matter of concern. This concept of policy focuses attention on what is actually done as against what is proposed or initiated by the government and public officials, and it differentiates a policy from a decision, which is a choice among competing alternatives. Larry and Gurston seek a definition that respond to the actions and exchanges of both people and government in a dynamic public policy as the combination of basic decisions, commitments, and actions made by those who hold or affect government positions of authority. Yeazekel Dror defines public policy making as a dynamic process which decide major guidelines for action directed at the future mainly by governmental organs. These guidelines, these policies formally aim at achieving what is in the public interest by the best possible means. Public policies are those policies developed by governmental bodies and officials through non-governmental actors and factors may, of course, influence policy development. The special characteristics of public policies stem from the fact that they are formulated by what David Easton has called the authorities in the political system. That is, elders, chiefs, executives, legislatures, judges, administrators, councillors, monarchs, and the like. These are, he says, the persons who engage in the daily affairs of a political system are recognized by most members of the system as having responsibility for these matters and take actions that are accepted by as binding by most of the members so long as they act within the limits of their roles. On the basis of the above definitions of different scholars, we can spell out some of the implications of the concept of public policy. So let's understand out some of the implications of the concept of public policy. First is public policy is concerned with the purposive or goal oriented action rather than random behavior. Then second is public policy is a course of action adopted and pursued by government to serve public interest. Then third, public policy is what governments actually do and what subsequently happens rather than what they intend to do. Then last and fourth, public policy may be either positive or negative in form. Positively, it may involve some form of government action to affect a particular problem. Then negatively, it involves a decision by government officials not to take action, to do nothing on some matter on which governmental involvement is sought. Lastly, public policy has a legal and authoritative base. Members of a society accept it legitimate to pay taxes, obey traffic rules, and pollution control norms because of their legal binding and coercive power. So these are the some implications of public policy. So I hope you enjoy this topic. Then next video, we will discuss the significance of public policy and the types or models of the public policy. If you gain something from this video, then please like and share the video with your friends. And also subscribe our channel Padhai with Guru Chila with press the notification bell for more updates. Give your feedbacks via YouTube comment box section and subscribe our Telegram channel. So thank you for watching this video. Stay home, stay safe, stay indoors.